What's good? What's good? What's good? This is Dante, DJ's Wrong Cut Truth, and I have Tyson Bordeaux here for an interview, exclusive interview that is. How you doing today, Tyson?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Blessed and highly favored. First question: when you decide to commit to Grambling State, what was the reason why you chose the historic college in Grambling?
A big reason I committed to Grambling State was because I know if when I go to Grambling, they're going to care for me, whether I'm playing football or not, and they will help me become a professional, not only on the field but off the field. Also in the classroom.
That's smart. Of a lot of young kids your age, how old are you? 18, 17?
I'm only 17.
Wow, he's 17 years old. So 6'5" wide receiver. He has a lot of potential to grow and a high ceiling. Uh, a lot of young players, when they decide schools, it's other stuff. It's other factors. It's playing time. They want to be given this and that. But I like the fact that you brought up education, culture, and of course you want to play. When you go into Grambling State, what is your mindset heading into camp?
My mindset, going into camp is to, of course, always work hard, make a name for myself. But I want to be known not only on the field, but also off the field. I want to, in the future, create my own business, because after my football career, I still got 40 years to live. So, I want to make, a business, for me and my family, to provide for my family, of course.
Excellent. Excellent. Watching your huddle film, I got to say, when I saw that you had a 3-star rating, I was questioning, does ESPN 24/7 Sports, do they actually watch film? Or are they enamored in camps and social media? Because watching your film, there's a lot of comparisons. You kind of got a little, I'm not going to say AJ Green yet, but if you fill out, you could be a certain type of player. AJ Green was quick twitch, wiry, tall, slippery speed. He may not have ran a 4.3, but he did run a 4.5, but he looked faster than what his 40 time was. Why do you think that some of these talent evaluators, quote unquote, overlook certain talent? You came from Cal Poly, and Cal Poly is a historic
Long Beach Poly.
Long Beach Poly. Sorry about that. Long Beach Poly, which is a historic high school.
Yes, sir. Well, I think why they overlook certain players is, of course, it's based around the hype. Some certain players, blow up on social media. Certain players have these type of offers. Some players have these type of offers. So I think, it's not always based on film. It's based on how much hype, how much your name rings bells. You feel me? So like, I feel they should not only, be on film, but they do it on offers as well.
Exactly. And what was your two choices? Your top two choices?
Morgan State and Grambling State.
All right, two HBCUs. What is the message that you would give a young athlete choosing a school? Why HBCUs? Why is it the fit that they should choose if they desire to go there?
Like I said before, to choose a HBCU because HBCUs care for you whether you're playing football or not. They help you become a professional both on and off the field. They take care of you. They really care for you, not only in the athletic part, but also in the classroom.
Excellent, excellent. And how was it meeting Hugh Jackson? I've seen a couple of videos of Hugh Jackson and with Chad Ochocinco and company, and it seems like a great guy. How was it meeting Hugh Jackson, and what was his presentation like?
I haven't really officially met him, but I've talked to him over the phone. But getting a chance to talk to him it was very nerve-wracking, and it was very surprising because Coach Hugh, his name is very popular in the football world. He was a coach at USC. He coached the Bengals. So talking to him, it brought me joy and excitement talking to someone whose name is so historical in the football world.
He is, and for those who don't know, Hugh Jackson has a history of coaching up offense. He coached the Bengals with Carson Palmer, a USC great. Did wonderful things with Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, that is. and TJ Hushmanzada. So he has a track record, and what he's going to bring to the SWAC is an explosive offense. Tyson, how do you feel that you fit with his offensive scheme?
I feel with his offensive scheme because I'm more of a bigger target. The way I play, I'm more of a go-get-it guy. I also my best attribute is catching high point balls, because I'm so much bigger than corners. And I think me going into his offensive scheme that I would work well.
Exactly. And all of us seen the SWAC championship game of Jackson State versus South Carolina State. And we saw how the taller receivers, and we know that Jackson State has a talented team. If you have tall receivers that can get the ball and high point the ball and high catch radius, you can make things happen. And all the four big time wide receiver commitments to Grambling State all committed the same day. So it was like Christmas. So what do you think about the type of team that Coach Jackson is trying to form and the identity he's trying to shape?
The type of team I think he's trying to shape, is a well-rounded football team, both on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. But I think he wants us to be more professional. I talked to him. He wants us to be more professional, like I said, not only on the field, but off the field, make us better young men, and our receiver core, we're all like 6'3" and above. So we're very tall. So a lot of defenses, will have a problem with us. And I think, that's going to be our biggest advantage over other teams.
And young brother, you're doing an excellent job, by the way. You don't have to say, but I'll say it. If you have a miniature corner on these receivers, it's going to be trouble. Oh, that's excellent. What is a team that you're excited to play against next season?
Oh, off tops, Jackson State.
Oh, that was quick.
Off tops. That's the main reason why I really committed to Grambling State. Jackson State, has a lot of hype. They're a very good team. I watched a lot of their games. I know a lot of their players, and me going against them, I feel only make me better as a player and make my name bigger.
Exactly. And I know you've heard of the signing of Travis Hunter. What do you think the impact of that, signing the number one player in the country? Yes, I said the number one player. I know ESPN was trying to hide his ranking and say that it was he's number two. He's been number one all season. So what do you think the addition of Travis Hunter to the SWAC and HBCUs?
I think he had a big impact, actually, because he had a big impact on my decision. Seeing the number one player commit to an HBCU in the country, that actually made me look at more HBCUs, and that made me want to go to Grambling. Before Grambling even offered me, I had talked to my father and said I want to go to Grambling, and my dad made it happen within 2 days. And right then and there, I already knew I want to go to Grambling.
Exactly. And one thing I'm excited about Coach Jackson and his recruiting, he's touching the West Coast. He's from the West Coast. He's familiar with it. For those who are listening, California is up there with Florida and Texas. Some years they're number one, some they're number two. They're always up there. How is it like playing in California, playing against all those talented teams and players?
Playing in California, I think it's a great mixture because, in the South, they have a lot of great players, but in Cali, we have a mixture. We have Polynesians, we have blacks, we have whites, we have Asians, Hispanics. So I think it's just a great mixture in Cali all around for football, and it only makes us better when we all go against each other.
Exactly. And brother, you're part Polynesian, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm half Samoan.
Yes. A lot of talented players in that community. Talk about the talent that's in that community and why there's a lot of success. It's always a lot of hunger from the Polynesian community when they play football. Like they want it. They want to be great.
In our community, it comes from our roots. A lot of our parents and grandparents are from the islands. And on the islands, of course, we don't have as much, stuff as, of course, the mainland. So, they work very hard. A lot of stuff is bare hands. Some of my grandparents growing up didn't even have shoes. So we just come from that hunger. So, when we play football, we show it, that's how I play. I show a lot of emotion. Yes, sir.
Exactly. We got some subscribers that watch your film, man. They like how you catching traffic. He said looks like a young Moss. Now, if he turns out to be a young Randy Moss, look out, SWAC. And that goes for all teams. I wanted to ask you, what do you have to say about people who try to tell these young athletes, don't go to HBCU, you're not going to make it, even though there's a lot of history in this conference in all HBCUs of NFL talent, of players, former players who become doctors, lawyers, proud citizens in the community?
So those people, HBCUs is a great school. It's a great type of school. A lot of people think it's just for the Black community. That's not true. HBCUs help everybody, and HBCUs are not always just based on sports. HBCUs will help you become a doctor, a lawyer, a firefighter, whatever you want to be. And that's one big thing, my mindset going in when I wanted to commit to a HBCU.
Excellent. And young man, I'm very impressed with your professionalism, your intelligence.
Thank you.
Tell me about your family, your parents. How did they shape you into the man you are today?
I say my father and my mother shaped me into a man. I don't want to say early, but they put me ahead of the game. Right. My dad, when I was younger, my dad taught me about being respectful and having manners, not just within the household, but when you go out in public, and it reflects on me, and it also reflects on my parents, just having respect for other people and other people's stuff. It goes a long way.
It sure does. And shout out to all the fathers. I had a strong father as well. I remember when he told me, son, never say can't. Because if you start saying can't, then you won't get to the level you want to get to in anything in life. So those are one of the lessons I've learned growing up. Also, where can they find you on Twitter?
On Twitter, my Twitter is at Tyson Bordeaux 15.
At Tyson Bordeaux 15. And thank you, young brother, for stopping by. Very enlightening. And any last words before closing?
I want to give a shout out, of course, to my alma mater, Long Beach Poly. I want to give a shout out, to my hometown, Long Beach, my hometown, Santa Ana. And I want to give a shout out to my family.
Yes, indeed. And congratulations on your signing. Grambling State they have a talent in you, brother. I have great faith in you. I watched the film, unlike some recruiting sites. I'm not trying to be biased. I was looking at it. I was like, man, this looks like a 4-star athlete.
You're one of a million to say that. You're one of a million. Sure.
I don't know if they overlooking the weight or, you're going to get the weight in college. These are high school players.
I'm only 17. I'm going in to be a true freshman. So, I have time to grow.
Y'all heard it. He's supposed to be in a class below, and he's about to go to college. This is amazing, young man. And we're going to root for you at Raw Truth. This is the family. And shout out to your parents again for raising an upstanding young man in you. Thank you. That is Tyson Bordeaux. Excellent young man. Is excellent. Quell Davis says, thanks for your time, Tyson. Good luck and bright future. The Pope B. Frank says, dope interview, good young man, DJ. Yes, he is. Chantel Wells says, a gem. Yes, he is a gem. The film speaks for itself. Bright future, great kid. And shout out to the parents. Shout out to the family members of that young man. Shout out to the Polynesian community. I'm glad he highlighted that because there's so much talent in that community. And I'm glad they're getting showcased. Bordeaux Boy says, thank you for showcasing our son. We appreciate your platform. Peace and blessings to you. I'm glad I did this. So glad I did this. And your son has a bright future. As long as he listens to Hugh Jackson, and I know he will, the sky's the limit. Hoop Jargon in the building. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. He said coaches need to hear these kind of think about the HBCU experience. Dope stuff, DJ. Thank you, my brother. Okay, Howard says his young brother also plays football. Oh, really? I hope he can sign with the HBCU as well. Okay, Howard said, great interview. Yes. 17 years old. I want y'all to think about this. Tyson is 17 years old and is more mature than most who are 22 to 25 years old. Well-spoken, is all about family, is all about togetherness. These are the type of players we need for HBCUs. These are the type of players. I'm not going to put any names, but remember, I think we was watching Coach Prime, and there was a lineman, right, that said, oh, I didn't have to come here. You guys need me. Remember that player? See, those are not the players that fit with HBCUs. This young man here has the right stuff. And I'm not trying to predict anything, but I will say he will be successful not only on the field, he will be successful off the field. Says, yes, 3 younger brothers, Tristan, 2023, Titus, 2024, and Taj, 2026. Woo, that's a trifecta. And I bet you Grambling State and Coach Hugh Jackson is going to recruit those young brothers right there. Shout out again to the family. Dazzlin says, I'll remember that. Absolutely. Yeah, we need young men and women. When they come into HBCUs, it's got to be a gratitude. So much culture, not even on the football field. Look at the politicians. Look at the healthcare providers. Look at the doctors. Look at the lawyers that came from HBCUs and that changed the landscape. Activists, civil rights activists. Quell Davis says, extremely articulate and respectful. Good job, mom and dad. Shout out to the parents again. Mother and a father. And I know there's families that, that don't have fathers, but still. Shout out to all the great parents directing their children into a better future. When he said he was 17 years old, I wasn't even surprised. You know why? He's intelligent. Intelligent. Humbleness plus intelligence creates greatness. And learn, shout out to you, Coach. He said, appreciate you, DJ. Keep grinding. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Dazzlin said, it's good to see you getting in an interview mix. Yeah, I did an interview in the past. What was it, like March or so? But this type of interview, I'm thinking about doing more of these. Let me know if you want me to do more interviews. And the Grambling State fans, I know you're in the chat. I got something to tell you guys. I root for Coach Prime, and that's one of my favorite players growing up. But if there's one SWAC team that I'm like you got to watch out for them, but there's 2 of them. But if there's one that I'm thinking about, it's Grambling State. If you look at their moves, big receivers, good size offensive linemen, an offensive philosophy that's multiple. Coach Hugh Jackson runs a multiple offense, meaning you can't expect anything. It's going to be unexpected. You don't know if they're going to run, they're going to play action, they're going to do reverses, they're going to do it all. This is the type of offense where you got to be careful how you blitz. You know how Jackson State likes to blitz. When you play against Grambling State and you blitz them, the tight end will be used more. Go look at any film of Hugh Jackson's offense. And I know we're going to have shines that say, well, he didn't do a good job against the Browns. It's the Cleveland Browns. You know how they underperform. The Cleveland Browns this year paid the most money for talent and may not even make the playoffs this year. So that's not Coach Hugh Jackson's fault. Here's the thing that I want to talk about black coaches. Why every time a black coach is in the NFL, the owner never pays for top talent? You realize when Coach Hugh Jackson left, the Browns started spending more. And last year they made the playoffs last season because they spent on a great roster, but they didn't do it when Coach Jackson was the head coach. So before anybody belittles a black man being a head coach, just remember there's two sides of the different coins. Shout out to Without a Question, says amazing interview. Keep up the good work, brother. Absolutely. And Tyson, I'm telling you, Tyson, he gonna put on a show. I'm not worried about his weight. They got Grambling State has a fantastic strength and conditioning program. The weight will come. But I tell you what he's gonna do. Now, if you one-on-one against Tyson, and it's a high point jump ball, you know he's gonna get it. Yes, Quell Davis. He said, I like the good exposure for the youth. More, please. I'm gonna do some more. We're going to get back to the young brothers and sisters. If you know any more athletes that want to be interviewed or they're signed, whether girls basketball, NBA, boys basketball, football, you name it, let me know. We're gonna give them 5-star treatment. We're gonna do it here because what you see from these recruiting sites, in these recruiting platforms, you always see, well, you got to be a 4 and 5-star to get a good thumbnail. You got to be a 4 or 5-star to get 5-star interviews, treatments, and good quality. No, we're going to bring that here. Whether if you're 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, or no stars. If you're committed to a school, this is the place where you can get an interview. And before I roll out, I want to say shout out to the family. Shout out to everyone that supports Raw Truth. We're going to spread some positivity here. We're going to be about lights. We're going to be about love. We're going to be about our people. We're going to be about our conscience. So we're going to be about respect as well. D. Hurdler says, thank you for this soul interview. It felt different. Peace and blessings to you as well. We want these interviews to make an impact. Because it's not about us. It's about our community, and it's about the next generation. So you would never see me put down any SWAC school. You would never see me put down any athlete in the SWAC because they have a bad game. It happens. Now, I will critique a game because that's my job, to critique, but it comes from a good place. Real Talk says, Grambling State seems to be aiming for all-star passing attack. Oh, yeah, the passing attack from Grambling State is going to be fireworks. When they throw that joker up, like I said earlier in this video, it's going to be trouble. Terry said, this is why I love your show. Critiquing is good. Yeah, it's a difference between constructively critiquing and putting down people. We will not put down anybody on this channel. Without a question, says, shout out to the parents. Flowers to the parents. Again, flowers to the parents. Peace and love to Kay Howard for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, my sister, for helping grow on the channel. Peace and love to you. Peace and blessings to your family. Herbert Bola says, a mature host here. All credits to my family, my mother and father growing up. They used to tell me all the time, how you present yourself is how people will look at you. That always stuck with me. Also, Kay Howard said, how to make a donation. I like the vibe. Thank you. Peace and love, my sister. I have a Cash App, and everything I use on this Cash App goes back to this channel to build this channel the right way. $, Drut06. So DRUT06. Peace and love to Best Impact. He said, what's up, DJ? Yes, yes. But this was a great interview. Before I roll out, I got to say peace and blessings, peace and love. Make sure to share this video throughout the whole thing. Share this video. We want to showcase more athletes. We want to bring some type of positive energy for the community. And this is only the start. Raw Truth Media, Raw Truth Family. And I'm out.